Son Won-ho with the opening serve. That umpire, by the way, Mr. Toi Tsutomo, getting play underway. One single semi-final. Well, great net play. I always feel like Son Won-ho is overlooked. He's been #1 in the world for quite some time now. And he easily walked into the Dubai Super Series finals as not.
Well, I don't think this time when he's top seeded you can't rule him out, but he doesn't have a lot of titles. He has been among the top players for quite a few years now, but he hasn't managed to. The last time we had a non-Chinese world champion in men's singles was in 2005, where Taufik Hidayat of Indonesia won. Since then, of course, Lin Dan has won 5 titles, Chen Long has won 2, and Chen Jin has won 1. So it could be the first time for a very long time that we will have a new country on top in this discipline.
Today, against the current world champion Chen Long. Last, did anyone really expect that kind of performance and that kind of scoreline, really? Victor Axelsen coming through so easily against Chen Long earlier.
I think one of the players who prior to the tournament could be expected to break.
Good length from Lin Dan on these lifts. Lars, what is it that makes Lin Dan such a likeable figure in badminton? Is it just the results?
No, it's not just the results, but of course that's when they were in their 20s. But if you want to play singles beyond 30s, then you probably have to reinvent yourself and change your style. And if you compare the style today of Lin Dan with, say, when he won the 2000, to him that he has been able to do that. A player like Peter Gade did the same thing. Because he got an injury and didn't have the same speed when he came back, but then he was very defensive. And he has actually turned himself into a more aggressive player. So but you have to be able to do everything because the opposition is so strong nowadays.
Yeah, I find that fascinating about Son Won-ho. Not playing more fast, more aggressive.
Yeah, and I like watching him much more now because it's
working for Son Won-ho, such a consistent performer, always at the latter stages of events, every event he enters, in fact.
The service over.
to coolness, and he's very good at in the long rallies making the opponent run more than himself. But up until now, I think that Son Won-ho has also been equally good at moving Lin Dan, and that's it's important that he keeps doing that so he doesn't wear himself down before the deciding parts of the match.
Oh, what an exchange! Cross net from Son Won-ho, the net cord picked up and. We've seen it all week in the men's singles game in particular, so much won and lost at the net. Victor Axelsen showed us earlier today how important it was to take pick up from a great straight drop from Lin Dan. Incredible judgment, that one's so close.
11,
The lift
10,
into Lin Dan's
interval.
backhand corner wide, and it's Lin Dan that comes from behind to take us to the break.
So, and I think that's a good thing when the players contribute with their point of view.
That angle, and I don't think the umpire aware of that either. However, both the highest regard of professionalism, they get on with the match regardless of that controversial point. And again is the net play of Lin Dan.
He has to be careful with his choices at the net, and maybe lift Lin Dan a little bit more to the rear court to create some more open space before he plays the front court.
Yeah, we saw a similar tactic from both Brad Youssef and Emil Holst earlier in the week.
Service over. 11.
The tension would these top singles players be carrying in their rackets?
I'm not completely sure what these players prefer, but it's to a new racket.
Challenge from Son Won-ho, that net shot. Well, here's the result, and yes, just a millimetre or two
Unsuccessful.
wide of. Another great net spin on the forehand from Lin Dan. Longest rally of the game so far, I believe. And Son Won-ho opting to use those rear corners more than earlier. That one. Great follow-up from the. Technically such a good mover, Son Won-ho. You watch him move. Too far into court, not close enough to the line to threaten the man from Korea. Brilliant attack though from Lin Dan. Match with top-class Chinese opposition. That Rio Olympic quarter-final he played against Chen Long. That was 1 hour 37 minutes. Went deep into a third game, and a previous World Championship result for Son Won-ho, Du Pengyu in 2013. That one almost an. Great pick-up, but follow-up was even better.
Yeah, and once again, Son Won-ho gets in trouble after playing a little. He makes a little bit too many wrong choices.
Diving defence from Lin Dan, incredible pickup.
No, because he's very good in the backhand corner as well. But I think that he's very aware of the opportunities that comes in that corner and probably of meeting it early there, Lin Dan.
Well, Lin Dan at the top of his game at the moment, and he's earned himself game points, serving 2016. Another good tight net shot from Lin Dan. Oh, so serving to save another game point. Great diving defence again from Lin Dan. Oh, the follow-up this point, and it's out. Lin Dan takes the opening game. And he's taken the opener, 21-17. Well, a little under half an hour. We've seen entire matches so far this week take much less time than that opening game for Lin Dan and Son Won Ho. They're in the men's singles game. Well, Lin Dan playing with confidence, you can tell by the shot choices and the great lift to the forehand rear corner by Lin Dan. Well, he's going to be careful.
Expected going to be more or even more aggressive from this end of the court, and then he took one step forward and tried to control the game a little more, so Son Won Ho doesn't get these opportunities to attack. And when he has to attack, it's when he's a little bit out or slightly out of balance.
Incredible smash from Lin Dan. Perhaps like to take it. Great pickup from Son Won Ho. And that's a better smash.
Keeps his patience and finds the right height to play the rear and not to attack while he's still a little bit out of balance, because then Dan is probably the best counter-attacking player in
was going to be played more often than any other player, which is why he always seems to look so early onto shots.
6-5.
Someone Ho.
6-all.
Yeah, and that's
Bert van Horenbeek, our service judge today. No errors so far on serve, just the odd change of the shuttle. Another getting better length with the right trajectory.
who always wears his color, Eric Cantona style.
Well, that one a bit short from Lindan, too easy for... Oh, brilliant from Lindan.
Service over.
Impressive defending from Lindan, and it's gone wide. Lindan now. Good length this time with the clear from Lindan.
And hope to make more use of this round the head corner of Lindan, because it's definitely from his deep forehand side he creates most of his points.
Great net play, fairly good length on the lift from Someone Ho. That one's definitely going wide.
底线回没有，底线回底线半塔。
Well, words from the Chinese coaching staff that his return of serve has been too flat on occasion. It's from the backhand corner, that shuttle dying of speed. Oh, brilliant attack from Lindan. And again, Lindan smashing down the backhand. Well, what defense from Lindan! And he's up again, but he can't keep it going. How on earth did Lindan pick up the second? Unbelievable.
Thank you.
But this time Someone Ho kept his card.
If Lindan had won that rally after those defensive shots, he would have been in such good momentum, good spirit to see him through this second game. Taking no chances, Lindan behind and a game behind. Oh, it's in, it's well in.
Correction in.
Oh, one of Lindan's favourite deceptive shots. Someone Ho aware of it this time. Lindan's got a racket onto the drive. That drop shot almost getting the better of Lindan. Crouch defence.
Change the shot.
And a smack. Well, someone Ho going for the... One of the greatest men's singles players of all time. Just 6 points from a place in the World Championships final. Oh, another desperate dive for Lindan. He's back on his feet.
And even though Lindan ends up on the floor here, as we see it, then twice, then he is Park Yo-bong and Zhao Yunlei.
Yeah, absolutely right. Lindan, the only man in men's singles, of course. Park Ju-bong, 2 men's doubles gold medals and 3 in mixed doubles. And Zhao Yunlei similar.
Hand at the net, because Lindan has been very, very keen on taking the initiative there.
4 points for victory. Yeah, I was saying earlier, that's third player in history that's won 5 gold medals. Zhao Yunlei, 2 in women's doubles, 3 in mixed doubles. But Lindan looking at a great opportunity to get to tomorrow's final, and
a little bit wide.
Someone Ho going for the deceptive. Certainly wasn't fooled by the deception, and Someone Ho lacking the quality in the shots. Lindan ahead by 4. Great length from Lindan, and what a cross. Well, Lindan looking calm again. Happy to keep the rallies going. He's got a great lead. Well, a familiar sight, Lindan serving at match point, and a chance to make it through to the World Championship final tomorrow. He's looking in great form. He's through to another World Championships finals in straight games, but a few minutes under an hour. 21-17,